right, it's good morning, everybody. I just want to thank you for being here with me and sharing some space. I just want to embrace you with a nice warm hug and just let you sink into yourself and sink into the space that we're sharing together. We're creating a sacred space and a sacred time. I want to honor you for taking this devotion to yourself to understand how to navigate the next few months, to bring into your highest self at all times, to understand what you're doing and how you're responding to the world around you, and how I can help you make this your best possible journey going forward, and knowing yourself very, very well. So first thing I'd like you to do is I would like you to just either out loud, depending on where you're at, or inside your head, just call in your birth name, just like it is on your birth certificate. I want you to bring in your energy signature. Say it 2 or 3 times until you can kind of feel yourself be more complete or more full. And you can maybe picture bringing your energy field in really, really close to yourself, maybe within 18 inches, wherever it feels comfortable to you. This is not a protection thing. This is for you to be out of the collective field so that you know your own energy field, that you work within your own energy field. And as you have your energy field really close and tight, I want you to still imagine that you have your own tube of light to source, that you're always connecting to your highest self, that you know your higher self, and that you're aware. This whole exercise the next 3 months is going to be about awareness of self, awareness of others. How do you best participate in your expanding consciousness? How do you best support the physical body as it's going through changes too? So I'm just taking a look at the crowd and just seeing that everybody has done that. And as you do that, you'll actually feel like my face looks. You will just feel a sense of yourself. You'll feel a sense of yourself. And for some of you, and again, I should have introduced myself. I'm Kristine Kieland. I work with source energy. I work with your highest self. I work with a lot of different realms to help us navigate life in the physical body in our best way, in our most joyful way. And as we're becoming our most joyful self, there were things that we brought up that is hindering that vibration in the moment. And so this next 3 months is going to give us an opportunity to see where there's denser energies within us, around us. And all we can do is what's within us, and how to accept and navigate what's around us. So another practice, and before we go too deep into this, I want to give you another practice to use. I'm just going to stand up and stand back a little bit. But you have that sense of yourself, right? And you're feeling good about yourself. You feel good. And for some of you, I can tell it feels a little funky. Might feel a little funky to actually have your energy that close to you. You're so used to having it far out. And there's nothing wrong with having it out. But I just want you to be aware of when your energy goes too far out, because a lot of times lately we've been picking up on there's a lot of sorrow, sadness, confusion, blame, righteousness. So you want to understand what's your energy field, what's your vibration frequency, and not going into the collective of something that no longer serves you. Okay. So one thing you can do, if there's I'm feeling just a little bit of agitation for people, I'm going to give you 2 exercises that will really help you. One, if you're feeling a little anxious, unsettled, overwhelmed, not safe, not sure, anything that is not that smile on my face that I showed you, really simple technique, and you can do it as often as you need to do it during the day. I'll slow down my speech a little bit. Do it as often as you need to during the day. Practice it. And then you can do it. And what we're doing is we're changing your cellular memory so that your body understands what's actually true, and not going into old cellular memory where you did not feel safe or secure. So the first one would be, I am calm, I am safe, and I am connected. And so each time you do that, you're imprinting in your body, because your body communicates with the soul, connects with your higher self, has cellular memory. You want to start transforming that cellular memory into the moment of now. So I'm safe. I am calm. I am safe. And I'm connected. Do that as often as you need to, as often as it feels best to you. And eventually, maybe just do this or this, and your body already goes into that space of calm, safe, and connected. And the connected part is you're connected always to your heart space. You're always connected to your highest self. You're always connected to source. So this practice and technique will just help remind you physically, mentally, emotionally, and very physically remind you that all is well. And then I'm looking at some others, and they're already in the space where it feels really nice and good. And again, there's no judgment where you're at, because we will do both. We will do both. I'm gonna just move it. Sorry. We will be in both places. We are a vibrational field. We're multidimensional, so we will go in and out of dimensions. Not dimensions, within the dimensional field. We will. We have the ability to expand and contract. What we want to do is keep expanding. So if you're already in that place where it feels, I'm doing really well, I want to keep this with me. You use the same physical technique, but it is, I am peace, I am love, I am divine. I am peace, I am love, and I'm divine. And I also want you to, that's a really good technique to bring the physical body, connect it with the consciousness. And those are just some words I gave you that may assist you in the moment or throughout your day. But I really want you to be in tune with yourself. And if you hear or sense other words that are more appropriate for you in the moment, please use those. These are just examples. And they're a starting point for you. And for many, these may be exactly the right words for you. But I want you to trust your intuition. You are full of intuition. You have great connection to yourself and to your source. This whole transformative time is about trusting yourself. Okay? And the next 3 months may be, it's the end of a Katic timeline. So whatever has not been understood in your own life may come to the surface a little bit. And again, this is a continual process, but the next 3 months may be a little, we may see extremes. So I do not mean this as in any way do I mean this to be scary or something that you can't handle. I trust and I know, I'm looking at you, I know that you can handle and that you can trust yourself and that you can navigate coming times with grace and ease. And how you do that is truly, it's awareness. Awareness, what you're feeling within your own body. I'm watching some exterior scene play out. How does that make me feel? This is a gift to you to look at something that is misunderstood or perhaps is not loved fully. And I'm looking at everybody, see a crowd here. And we are going to do an activation before we finish our time together today. And that will just be to help expand the consciousness of the body, remove some of the denser energies that are within you. And of course, this is always done with your permission. I just bring it in for you. It's your choice to receive or not receive. But I want you to realize you have choice in every moment. And right now, across the globe, but particularly in our little sphere here, there's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of blaming. There's a lot of misunderstanding. So what I'm asking you to do, and again, when I pause, I'm listening to who is listening in the real time or who may be listening at a later date, right? But it is to recognize that it may seem in the moment that things are being done against us, or things are like we have no choice in our life. There are some things that maybe perhaps I don't have a choice in it, but I have the choice in the moment of how I respond to it and how I let it affect me. And perhaps sometimes it may be something that affects me. Oh, I don't like this. It's really uncomfortable for me. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand the other person. That's my choice to look at it and say, what is it that is triggering me into uncomfortableness? And then I get to look at that. And I know I have a lot of wisdom. I know that I'm always connected to myself. And I can take this opportunity to see, where's my expansion? Where's my opportunity for understanding myself better? And once you understand yourself better, it's much easier to start understanding others better. Okay. Just going to take a pause here and take a look at the land and see what's best. And going forward, I want you to trust. We're being asked to trust that all is part of a divine plan that you are participating in. This is not something that's happening to you. I want you to realize that, or maybe it's a reminder, that we have choice before we're brought into the body. We have choice of all experiences that we will participate in, even though it's not conscious. We have choice if we are in a situation that our souls agree to. We also have choice to leave that situation. So it's all about becoming more conscious and more aware of yourself. But you are a divine, wonderful, fully conscious being before you take physical form. Again, we're multidimensional beings with great, great awareness. So when I look at somebody's, like their blueprint, their plan, look into their energy right now, I always see possibilities kind of like a 5-finger glove. And before you come into the body, you look at what this life experience will be, most likely because there's other participants in your life, which you also set that up for yourself. And you're like, yes, this is something that serves my evolution of my soul. This makes sense to me. So we have all incarnated at this time in our physical form with all of our wisdom and all of our beauty and all of our glory, even though we don't have conscious memory of that because we're in a denser energy field. You are here to transform humanity. We are transforming humanity in every single moment of now. We are doing this because we're leaving a denser vibrational field, which people call third and fourth dimension, where we don't understand ourselves, where we don't have all of our skills and abilities, where we mistrust ourselves, we mistrust others. We lead with the analytical mind and not the heart space. We don't have our full essence, which is okay. That's been an experience we've agreed to. And now we're leaving that experience. And we're going to an experience that we're becoming more empowered. And there's still things that need to play out. And that's where the choice comes in. And that's where awareness comes in. There may be some difficult things coming. And again, this is not to scare you or to make you more anxious. There's a lot of great things going on too. But because we have to finish up this dense energy that's coming to the surface, and it looks like it'll take another 3-4 months, possibly through January. And again, the timeline is very fluid right now, so I do not like to put too much out there as far as the timeline. But and again, I just sorry, I got lipstick on my teeth. That was a human moment, wasn't it? But I want to remind everybody that you also have tremendous support teams. Tremendous support teams. So most people know about their angels and guides, or Galactus you have helping with you. But we have more help in the physical body than we have ever had. For each being, each physical being on this planet, there are probably, and I'm just looking at, I just want to be as accurate as I can. There's about 3,000 light beings for each of us, is supporting us and guiding us. And again, they do not interfere with our free will. They support, they love, they encourage us. Okay? It's still us. We are still doing our part. It's just our cheerleaders. It's our support team. So again, to navigate the coming times, actually, I just want you to navigate. I don't want you going too far out. Just navigate today. How do I best serve myself today? When you best serve yourself, you serve your family best, you serve those around you. So the more clarity you have for yourself, and a good way to get clarity is to be in silence for some part of your day. And this also is a practice, because being silent is not something our mind's used to. Our mind wants to be active. Our mind has a job to do. So it's giving your mind permission that, you can take a break now. I'm just going to be in my silence. And again, it's a practice. And you do it where you're most comfortable. Always have a glass of water, because you go through a lot of energy. We're ramping up. In fact, really drink a lot more water than you have been, for everybody that's watching, because we're processing energy through our physical system at warp speed, much quicker than we've ever done. And now the body has to catch up to the consciousness. But whenever you do any type of meditative practice, and you get to choose how you do it, whatever works for you. Some people it's going outside. Some people it's sitting in a chair listening to, I'm hearing a really helpful thing is listening, perhaps right now, is listening to whale and dolphin music. That vibration is very close to your highest self. It brings you in that space of peace and calm. And anytime you go into a place where you don't feel at peace and calm, use that technique I gave you. I am calm. I am safe. I am connected. And then perhaps once you've done listening to the dolphin music or whatever makes you comfortable, then give yourself just a few moments to best your ability to just be in silence. Because within the silence is a golden opportunity for growth. It's expansion. And again, this is a practice you're working on. So you may, it's not, don't beat yourself up. Don't go into, just say this, yes, I'm celebrating this. I'm celebrating that I'm taking the time for myself to understand what's going on. And to the best of your ability, I was just listening again. On people's mind, there's a lot of wondering about the political scene and how to do that. And oh my gosh, sometimes it just looks like what is going on in our world. Again, I want you to remember what's going on in our world is transformation that you have agreed to, that you are participating there. You're a big piece of humanity transforming. You're no small player. So, and I'm just listening and looking a little bit here. So for the political part, because that seems to be very present on people's minds right now, is do your best to not go into blaming, do not go into divisiveness. Please, to the best of your ability, look at what's best for humanity and start and just ask yourself, higher self, please give me some more information about where I'm dividing myself from humanity. And again, I'm just listening very clearly to make this best for you. So right now there's two opposing energies, right and wrong. Righteous anger, blaming, shaming one another. And whether you're participating in it or not, we're witnessing it, right? It's all around us. So just ask, when you get into those moments of silence, what is best for me to know? And then trust yourself with whatever kind of answer you get, whatever slight, we're all at different degrees maybe of a skill, ability. So some you may hear like whole paragraph or sense or know, or however you get your intuition best, but it may be just a word, maybe just a vision or a thought, maybe a feeling in your body. I feel tense when I look at this energy. But I just want to go back to, I want you to know that we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. We're going to be okay. All this that we see coming to you can look anywhere right now. There's some major cities that are having some really tough times right now. And because what's happening is we're dissolving an energy field and a consciousness that that can no longer exist in the new dimensional fields we're going into. And again, dimensional field is just an expanded consciousness. It's a different vibration and a different frequency that will better serve humanity. And so we're seeing these polarities of who's in charge. And they're coming out in very extreme physical ways. And the truth is, I am in charge, you're in charge. We are in charge of our own experience. We're in charge of our own, we are sovereign beings. But what we're leaving behind is a consciousness where we weren't, because we weren't fully aware of ourselves. So we're leaving behind someone having power and suppression over us and going into a place where we have the opportunity now to go to a place where that no longer happens. And I see this ending. I guarantee it's ending. But it's still going to play out on the physical field for a little bit. So for you, again, be very, very aware of your physical field, and be very aware of your thoughts. And one way to really kind of transform your thoughts when you're having some difficult times is to bring in some gratitude for the day and celebrate your day. So it's being aware, again, it's awareness, being aware of what's going around out on the exterior of you, being aware of what's going on inside of me. What am I feeling? How am I reacting? Can I not believe what's going on? I don't know if there's any questions or not, but if you have questions, please ask me. There's a little icon at the top. You can raise your hand. But go into gratitude of the day or of the moment. This expands your vibration, your frequency, your consciousness. We're creating a bigger field. So for instance, just grateful. I'm looking at everybody too, seeing how to best relate this. Just really the simple things. Grateful for the food on your table. Grateful for what's brought to you, what you can share. Grateful for that my feet, you know, for instance, if your feet hurt, be grateful that your hands don't. Focus on what is what you want more of. Focus on that. Be grateful for that. Even the feet that are hurting, be grateful for the feet that are hurting, but they're still working for you. They're still doing what they're needing, what you need to do. You still need to walk. Or perhaps they're so painful and you can't walk. Be grateful that they're holding space for you. They're holding the emotions. And let your feet know, or whatever part of your body where it seems your body or the exterior part of your life where this is painful, I don't understand it. Be grateful that it's holding space for you. For instance, if I stay with the foot analogy, there's pain in my foot, but I know that pain is it's been holding emotional space for me, misunderstandings within myself, within my DNA, within my life experience, that I couldn't deal with it at that moment. So my body's doing it for me. So I'm being so grateful to that foot. And I'm gonna actually talk to that foot and say, I'm so thankful that you held this space for me. But I have more awareness now, I have more trust in myself. And I will take that. I don't need to take it so much the physical pain and the heartache, but I will be aware of it. And you no longer need to do that for me because I'm gonna be conscious in the moment. And I'm gonna understand what's going on. So for that, I hope this is making sense. And again, it's just about it's truly how can you best understand yourself and how you respond to things. Because if you don't understand yourself, it's very hard to understand the world around you, right? Very, very hard to understand the world around you.